you know, when I was a kid, uh, we couldn't afford our own toys, so you end up making your own little toy figures and soldiers. And one thing just led to another, I guess, and it ended up with Ray Lewis. I remember the day that we unveiled John, and I was walking out of the stadium and I was passing Steve Bisciotti. Steve looked over at me, he says, "You know who's going to be next, don't you?" And that was even when we unveiled John Unitas, Steve knew who was going to be next. Since then, what I have is about 1,400 hours into a 3-foot model that's ready to be enlarged.
The technique that we're using right now is very new. It's only a couple of years old. We're doing this digitally so that we're taking the geometry of the original piece via the laser scanning, and we're able to transition that to the full scale. I can tell you, watching the Super Bowl game, that I smiled and said, I know that we're going to do Ray Lewis. I know it somehow, this guy is larger than life. They have to have him at the stadium. And I only hope that I get a call from somebody in Baltimore saying, can we participate in this?
Once we have that, then we will put a skin of clay over that entire piece. And from there, ceramic is put on, liquid ceramic. Subjected to 2,000 degrees, the ceramic solidifies. The wax all runs out, leaving a cavity inside in which the bronze is poured.
We've been working with Fred for a long time, and it's always been a pleasure to work with Fred. He's a real professional with a get-it-done sort of attitude. We both have the same objective. He starts out with a maquette, and we want to enlarge and cast that maquette in bronze at the full scale of 9 feet.
I think they're going to go over, and for good luck, I think they're going to make a trip over and rub the shoe of John for good luck, and they're going to walk over and rub the shoe of Ray.
I think it's rare that you see somebody who has really captured the likeness and the gesture and the spirit of a person in one piece of art.
It'll be exactly the size as John, and will be positioned down alongside of John in the plaza down there with the two. So we got two icons. We got the greatest quarterback, and we want the greatest defensive player to ever play the game.